Well, the master has a personality. And if you don't resonate with that personality, you'll feel an aversion. And if that personality has some nasty traits, like Adidas did, you'll respond to that and not be attracted to that person, even though he has a lot of Shakti. There has to be good chemistry between you and the teacher. Well, avadutas are a category of their own. And who says they have bad character traits? They just behave strangely. And then it's the ego of the student reacting towards that behavior because it goes against the ethics or morals or whatever of the student. But Adida was a dirty old man. And that would shine through the flavor of his Shakti. But I believe he was highly realized. And Adida taught Guru Yoga. You just have to meditate on him. And if you don't like his character, then you're not inclined to follow his path of Guru Yoga. But that's true. They're born enlightened.
There's one sitting in front of us.
Me? No. Far from it.
Like I've been ordering Domino's and Subway every other day since the past 2 weeks.
So what? It's not a problem. It's not going astray. This isn't the path of self-restraint. This is the path of surrendering to the Shakti, to Mother. And if you feel devoted to Mother by doing something you enjoy in life, that's fine.
Jan, can you please clarify being born enlightened?
Basically asking me what enlightenment is. You know, you're born, but you're just free of ego identification. You're a witness to the developing personality. And when you're born enlightened, you're usually not enlightened the first few years of your life, because you have to build up the personality and learn to live in the world and so on. But then when you meditate, your first meditation or the second meditation, you just pop and are self-realized, or maybe even more. And you can be born with a lot of Shakti. If you build up a lot of Shakti in your past life, you'll be born with a lot of Shakti in the next life. And that will pull you towards sadhana spontaneously. And you will very quickly get enlightened. Well, my ability to transmit goes up and down, but it has generally gone up. So it's much more powerful now than it was in 2013. Some days I'm tired and I just can't get it going. But because I'm so full of Shakti, there'll be a transmission anyway. But when I can get it really going, the transmission is very strong.
But isn't it that we just get what we can take?
That's also a factor. There are some Shaktipat transmission videos on YouTube, and people write they work okay. Some write to me and said they got it and got fire in the spine and so on, and they want Shaktipat in absentia. Yeah, there are many factors in it. It would probably feel very strange. He probably couldn't handle it, no. It can definitely feel like fire, but I wouldn't call it uncomfortable. It's a pleasant heat. Are you experiencing heat in the spine?
Yes.
Good. There's nothing to worry about, trust me.
Why would they be coming in at all? Why would they be incarnating if they've reached that state?
Well, there's no end point. You can always get more enlightened. You can manifest the Shakti more and more. The inner realization will be the same if you're in Shiva consciousness. I mean, that's the ultimate. But then your ability to express the Shakti and embody it can develop to incredible heights. So maybe they incarnate to do that. Maybe they incarnate to help people. They don't have to, it's voluntary. With the practices I teach, well, I helped him open some channels that made what he was doing already more powerful.
That's it.
But you should still go to the source. That's me. So you can get it in absentia or come to the next island intensive. That's probably not until next year, so do both. Yeah, it's very simple. I send a mala infused with Shakti and a USB stick with instructions and guided meditations, audio files, some videos, various stuff. I think it's better to get it in absentia. I mean, you can get Shaktipat from this group setting. One did last week, for example. But
what do you mean by last week? Like they got it from this group?
Yeah, there was one in this group. He was here for the first time and he hadn't been initiated, but he got a Shakti blast. No, it's just from being in my presence in this Zoom environment. I didn't do anything special.
So how does he know that he got something though?
Well, we talked about how he was feeling and what he experienced, and you know, the spine is on fire and there's a lot of Shakti in the body.
Oh, okay.
Can the Shakti flowing keep you awake at night?
Yes, it certainly can, and that's very annoying if you need your sleep.
Healthy, isn't it?
No, but it's usually just a few days. But if your body really gets on fire and it's annoying, you can take a dishwashing, you know, the bowl, what's it called in English? Fill it with cold water and put your naked bum in it.
Yeah.
Cool down the Shakti. When I was 19, I met and merged with the blue being. Emerged for a second or so, and then separated again. And there has been years of cleaning up. I'm still cleaning up after that. Kundalini is the base of every energy in the body. So if you remove Kundalini, your body dies. No, the Kundalini arousal is many things. The Kundalini is this snake that's coiled 3.5 times in the root chakra, just above the root chakra. And that sends, when it's awakened, it sends out a lot of Shakti into the system. We call that Kundalini also. And that goes usually up and begins purifying the brain and then works in no particular order in your system. Then the Kundalini snake uncoils, enters the spine, and goes up and resides in one of the higher chakras. In my case, it jumped up to the heart. And recently it jumped up to the throat. And what happens when it jumps up into the brain is that you're in a state of samadhi where you're non-functional. the bliss is so intense. So you have to lower it again in order to function in the world. And that Kundalini snake does not go away until Mahasamadhi. You will spontaneously be in Samadhi. Yeah, I've had some pretty drastic openings. I've done a lot of sadhana in my past lives. Well, maybe we should end for tonight. Okay, thank you for being here.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jan.
Yeah.
Thank you, coaching. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.